Hello everybody, welcome. We've got the class started, woohoo! So you can come along in now and join me. If you've booked a slot in this session, we're going to be talking about finding work that you love or somehow coinciding things that you love with earning money, whether it's possible and how to do it. So if you're interested, we're going to do a kind of a fun class, reading a bit of an article about how to do this and then coming up with our imaginary ideal jobs. So do come along in and join us if you'd like to practice your reading and speaking skills this morning or this evening, wherever you are. While we're waiting for our students who may be a bit confused because we had a couple of problems starting the class this morning, I will just let you know about two links that can help you with your time on Verbling. If you're new to Verbling, don't forget to check these out in your spare time because you'll find some useful information here that could help you. The first of the links that I'm pasting is the link to my Facebook page, and if you follow me or any of the other teachers on Facebook, it's quite a good way of keeping in touch and keeping on progress with your English speaking and learning as you go through your week, especially if you're a Facebook addict. We're actually going to be talking about that a bit later in my next class, so if that's something that interests you, do come along and join us for that. As for my Facebook page, what I usually post on there are things that are relevant specifically to perhaps UK English as opposed to other types of English. So if that's something that you find intriguing or want to know more about, then do go and check out my Facebook page. If you're interested in finding out a little bit more information about one of the teachers, the best place to go is to their Verbling teacher page, which you'll find mine at the second of those two links. The teacher page tells you lots of useful stuff about the teacher, who they are, about their schedule, so upcoming classes, which is what we're doing right now, and also private tutoring sessions, which is another option. If you are looking to make some really fast progress or you're working towards a particular exam or something, then do check out the private tutoring schedules of any of the teachers to see if you'd like to book a one-on-one session. And the final thing that you can find there is the messaging feature. So if you do have any questions for any of the teachers or you just want to get in touch and find out more, then please don't hesitate to get in touch with us. You can find everything on the Verbling teacher page of me or any of the other teachers. So, with that said, let's welcome our students. I wonder if we're going to have all of the students who would have had. Well, we have the dedicated ones, don't we, guys? So, hello to, let's say hi to Louise first. Hello.
Hello, teacher.
Louise, have I met you before?
I think it was the first time.
I think so too. Well, it's lovely to meet you. Hello.
Thank you.
Where are you from?
I'm from Brazil, teacher.
Okay, and which part of Brazil are you from? I
am in Minas Gerais state right now.
Okay, so where roughly in the country is that?
Northeast, Southeast in Brazil.
Southeast. Yes. Okay, interesting. And what kind of area is it, Louise? What is special about your area?
I work with technology. I work in doing websites.
Okay, so that's your job, right?
Yes, it's my job.
Okay. What I was asking before is, in Brazil, you said that you come from the southeast. Okay. Is there something special about your area in Brazil, like where you live, the southeast?
Southeast is the most known in the world because it's close to São Paulo.
Okay.
So here is all the action, historical.
All the action, I love it. Okay.
Belo Horizonte, capital. So Southeast is very like a first world, but at the same time Brazil is very complicated. So there is a lot of poverty around also.
All right. And do you live in one of the cities? I didn't quite catch that.
Belo Horizonte is the capital. Yeah.
All right. I am not very good with geography, so I'm learning actually through this job, but very slowly. Okay. Much slower than you guys are learning English. Nice to meet you, Louise. Welcome to the class.
Nice to meet you, teacher.
Rafael, hello. Welcome.
Hello, Amy.
How are you today?
I'm fine, thanks. And you?
Excellent. I'm great, thank you. So what can I ask you today? I haven't got any questions lined up for you at all. Okay, what's the best thing that you've done in the last, say, since the weekend?
Well, I started running again. Because I've stopped for the holidays and I start over again. So doing exercises, jogging, and activities, outdoor activities. So
Outdoor
I'm trying
activity.
to I'm trying to be in the best fit for the year.
Awesome. That's really good news. So what kind of things have you done? Jogging, what else?
Jogging and bicycle
Okay,
mainly.
and where do you go? Do you have a set route or do you just make it up when you get out there?
I have such a track, I have such a course in order to done. It's around 15 kilometers. It's just in my neighborhood. I went across my city and just. It's early morning when there are less cars on the street because we don't have bicycle tracks here enough for everyone. So
Mhm.
it's and when the air is more clean and the environment it's better. So I wake up at around 5 a.m. So it's really early
Wow.
when there are less people on the street and it's fun. It's a fun activity. It's a good day to start a day.
Yeah, and what time do you get home roughly?
Around 7 a.m. when people are are leaving for work. I'm just getting home.
That sounds extremely impressive, Rafael. I'm very impressed.
Yes, I know you are not a sports fan, but okay.
Um,
I advise you to. I think it would be great if you start doing this as well.
yeah, absolutely. I'm going to set my alarm for 5 a.m. tomorrow and go for a 15-kilometer run. Ugh.
Okay.
And I won't be turning up to my Verblin class because I'll be dead. Um, no, okay. I am a big fan of exercise, but running and cycling is, oh my gosh, I am just in awe of people who can do that because maybe if I tried really hard, but for some reason, I just prefer slower things. So, like walking or even swimming is easier for me. And I quite enjoy it, but I'm not really a running girl. Maybe I could be if I tried. But I'm very impressed, Rafael, because I know that was one of your New Year's resolutions, and it sounds like it's going well so far, and we are already on the 7th of January, so 1 week in. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Did you have any New Year's resolutions, Louise?
I think the first one was signing to English class like I'm doing now. But I
Yes.
have another because I want to get a new job and maybe a new girlfriend. Not a new because I, I don't have any now.
Oh,
But I
that's
want to
good.
improve my personal life. Yes, I want to
All
really.
right. That sounds like a great goal for the new year. I love the way you put it. A new girlfriend. I was thinking, oh, your poor old
Yeah.
girlfriend for a moment, but you have got a girlfriend right
How
now.
many?
Okay. Well, you've come to the right class, Louise, because we're going to be looking at a thing related to jobs today.
Oh, great.
And yeah, we're going to have plenty of time because it looks like it's just going to be the three of us for the moment. So what I'm going to do is I've given you guys the link. Have you been able to click on that? It's just in the chat box. And just we're going to read it through and we're going to talk about it because I think it's an interesting one. Before we start reading, I just want to ask if you guys could both tell me a little bit more about your job. So, what exactly are the tasks that you have to do in your day, and how much do you actually enjoy them, and how much do you find them tiring or boring or whatever? So, Louise, could you go first? Remind us what exactly is your job and what kind of thing does it involve? What are the tasks that you have to do?
I do websites, so most of the time I'm coding.
Mhm.
Um, and sometimes I have to negotiate with clients what they want, and I have to translate their ideas into information to the clients.
Okay, and out of all of those tasks, do you enjoy doing them, or do you find, for example, coding? That just sounds so stressful and boring to me, but do you enjoy that?
I have now a need to balance because I'm too much in ahead of the computer, so I want to work with people because I am administrator in my degree. So I think I should be more uh, like work with people, you know,
Yep.
and less with the machine.
Okay. And how about what would you say that you spend the majority of your time doing at the moment? What particular task? Would it be coding? Would it be planning?
In the last month, in the last few weeks, I have been like recycling myself, doing a lot of studies in language, new language, and because I want to improve my I want to grow in my career, so
Yep.
I'm more like recycling myself.
Okay. I love that phrase that you've just made up, recycling yourself. That's
It's a
awesome.
Portuguese. I
Does it
think
come from
it's a Portuguese.
Portuguese?
Yeah.
Well, I'm welcoming it to the English language. So Louise, what would you say was your primary interest outside of work?
Outside,
Yeah, so outside of work, not work, apart from work, what is the thing you love to do most?
I cycle a lot. I ride a bicycle.
Okay.
So I'm long distance cyclist. So I ride like 200 kilometers in one day.
Oh my
So I
God.
love do it. I love do it because I get close to the nature. So I see a lot of landscapes, and this makes me feel very well.
Okay, I can imagine how cool that would be. I love to do it or I love doing it. Okay, either of those two.
I love doing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Um, that is the thing that probably does inspire me about running or cycling, because you actually get a lot further than you do if you walk. So you actually discover new places, and I think that part
Yes.
of it must be really awesome. Where do you go on your cycle rides, Louise?
I go around the city, and sometimes I visit another cities close here. And it's really nice because people they are different in the interior, and it's nice to talk with different people and know different ideas, values also.
Okay, awesome. Thank you for sharing that. Okay, let's go to Rafael, and I'm going to ask you the same questions, Rafael. So begin by telling us, if you wouldn't mind, what kind of tasks you have to do in your job, and what is your job?
I'm an electrical engineer. I work with electrical inspection, and I need to inspect products related with mainly electrical products in order to ensure that these products will meet the requirements issued by the client.
Okay, and what would you say that you spend the majority of your time doing? Can you tell us what sort of tasks you have to do? So in my imagination, I think you have to maybe look at the product, test the product, write stuff down, maybe speak to people. Is that kind of right or wrong?
Yes, yes, it's mainly normal people at my job call me the guy with the clipboard, because I'm always with the clipboard and taking notes about taking reports about the products uh, and writing reports if they meet or not the requirements, and mainly because the last signature, it's for myself. So the client will only accept the product if I with my authorization. So I can say that I'm not the most loved person in my job because sometimes I have to reject some products and they are not happy with it.
Rafael, that sounds like a bit of a dangerous job.
Not so much. We above all else we have a sense of respect and friendship.
Oh, that's nice. So you don't get beaten up
at
too
least they try to make me believe so.
And actually they hate you and they whisper behind your back. Oh, no, I'm sure they don't. You're such a nice person. Okay, so that sounds interesting to me. How much do you enjoy it? Do you like your job?
I'm starting to like because actually I'm new at this career. I'm just working with it for. I've been working with it for 6 months.
Mm-hmm.
So actually, I'm not an expert. It's a learning process. I'm still learning with this career.
Yeah.
But it's fun. Since you learn a lot, you start learning a lot, and I have to study new manuals and be in touch with new terms, electrical engineering terms. I haven't uh, learned yet.
Mm-hmm.
So it's been a learning for me.
All right. I am going to ask you one more question, but I just want to welcome the other students who've popped in to join us. So hello to Ken. How are you?
Yes, I'm fine. How are you?
Welcome to the class. I'm great, thank you, Ken. We're just talking about the jobs that we do right now and what kind of tasks we do in our jobs. And then we're going to read this article that you can see on the screen. So I'm talking to Rafael. We've spoken to Louise. I will come to you shortly, Ken. And I'm just going to say hello to Allie, the budgie. Hello.
Hi, teacher. How
hello.
are you?
Is that your pet, budgie?
Yeah, it's my pet.
I used to have a pet who looks very, very similar. What's your budgie's name?
His name is Nico.
Nico, that's a cute name. Where are you from? Which country are you from, Ali?
I am from...
Oh, I didn't catch it. Sorry, what did you say?
I am from Turkey.
Turkey, sorry. I don't know why, but the connection cut out. So welcome, Ali. We're just talking about our jobs, so just have a listen and I will get back to you in just a moment. So Rafael, the last question I wanted to ask you was, what is your most favorite activity outside of work?
Well, in this lately, it's exercising, doing jogging, and things I've mentioned before.
Yep. Excellent. That's awesome. So you actually really enjoy that part of what you're doing?
Yes, and be in contact with nature and breathe fresh air in the morning. It's a delightful experience.
Yeah.
I'm starting to love it.
Okay, awesome. Well, thank you. I'm now going to go to Ken. So, Ken, what we're talking about basically is our job. So what I would like to know is, what is your job and what are the tasks that you have to do during your daily working schedule?
I'm studying at the graduate school, so I'm a student now. So and I'm doing teaching assistant as my part-time job.
Mm-hmm.
So kind of study and attending class, and as a teaching assistant, it's up to the professor requirements, and sometimes I check the test and score the test, or making a list, or such kind of things.
Okay.
I'm doing now, yeah.
Okay, so you've got a mixture of things going on at the moment, Ken. What is your sort of career aspiration?
Yeah, so I got the teacher's license here, and hopefully I want to teach in a school
Okay, and what
in the
will you be
future.
teaching?
English actually.
Excellent, that's awesome. Why do you want to be an English teacher? Why have you chosen this as a career?
Because I like learning English, and I graduated from the English course of the university, so and I got the teacher license for the subject of English, so that's the reason. Yeah.
All right, awesome. Okay, so outside of your work and your studying time, what is your favorite thing to do?
Listening to music,
Mm-hmm.
surfing the internet,
Yep.
and swimming.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So it's interesting how so far we've all chosen some kind of a sport or exercise as one of our activities. How often do you swim, Ken?
Maybe 4 days in a week.
Wow, that's
Yeah.
quite often.
Yeah, but only 15 minutes.
Only 15 minutes. How come?
Yeah.
Don't you like swimming for long?
I used to swim longer, but now I just go swim for relaxing or almost like a taking shower kind of thing.
Okay, so
To
like a
refresh. Yeah.
de-stressing moment of the day.
Yes.
Thank you, Rafael. All right, so I actually know exactly what you mean about swimming. I find it the same thing, but it is also a bit of a hassle because you have to go. Do you swim at a swimming pool nearby your house or near your work or at the university?
The swimming pool is very close to my house, so I got a kind of a year-round ticket. So
Yep, an
yeah,
annual pass.
annual pass. So I often go there for swimming.
Ah, okay, that is good. If it's near your house, excellent. That makes it much easier. All right, thank you, Ken. Very interesting. So we're going to go to Allie now and find out what is your job?
I'm an accountant.
You're an accountant. Okay, so tell us, what kind of accountancy do you do? Do you work for a big company or small businesses, or what do you do?
No, I have my own office. I am my own boss. I am work for myself.
Okay, and do you enjoy being an accountant, Allie?
Yeah, it's good because I like this kind of job. I am good with numbers, and yeah, it's good, I think, and it's not difficult.
Okay, excellent. So this is good. We've got a very diverse range of people today. One other question for you, Ali. Apart from your work, what do you most like to do in your life? What's your favorite hobby or other activity?
Besides work, I like reading books, movie or TV show. Usually, I'm watching TV shows, and I like traveling.
Okay. Have you been traveling in your own country or other countries? Where do you like to travel?
I like travel other countries, but I can't go abroad very often. Last time I went to Europe, Germany, last week for 8 9 days.
Wonderful. And which countries did you go to? More than one or just one country?
This time only Germany. Different cities, but only Germany I went.
Okay. Awesome. What is it that you particularly like about travel? Why do you think you like travel?
Because you can see different places, different people, and different culture. You learn new things from them. Uh, you can see some interesting places, people, something like that. I like that.
All right, me too, I have to say, Ali. I really like that about other countries. Okay, so we've all got a bit of an idea of each other's jobs and who we are, which is great. We're now going to start reading, and this isn't a long article, so I should think we hopefully will be able to finish this. And then we're going to try and see if we can figure out what our ideal job would be, just for a bit of fun. I'm not going to ask you all to leave your jobs and start up an entrepreneur business, but it is quite a laugh to do this, and also to see how far you are happy with your job and if there's anything that you can do to improve it, or that kind of thing. I think it's quite interesting, especially at the beginning of a new year, to do this kind of thing. So we're going to start with Louise, because you were first here. If you could read out the title for us, please, Louise.
Okay. Find work you love by identifying your unique angle.
Perfect. Okay, and then we've got this nice picture of scales with you sweating at your computer. And this is, I don't know, this is your new girlfriend, Louise. This is the love thing, this is time, and this is money, okay?
Nice.
All right, so if you could just read a little bit more for us, I'll let you know when to stop.
Okay, teacher. There are things you love to do, and there are things people pay you to do. In a perfect world, those are the same thing, but realistically, you need to find a balance between how you make your money while having time for your less lucrative hobbies. Let's look at how to pinpoint that balance.
Beautiful, keep going.
What?
Sorry, just one more little piece, please.
Okay. As Austin Cleo says, what you love and what you loves your back only overlap if you are lucky.
Thank you. So let's just go for this one again, Louise, because this is quite important. What you love and what loves you back.
What you love and what you love and what you loves you back only overlap if you are lucky.
Thank you. And you can see in the picture we've got this circle saying what you love, and this circle saying what loves you back. And this part in the middle is where they overlap. So I'm going to ask, I'm just going to say hello quickly to Sergio. Hello.
Hello, Amy. Happy New Year. Hello, everybody.
Happy New Year to you too. Did I say your name correctly? I know I've got a bit of a Spanishy hint sometimes. How do I say your name?
Yes.
Is that okay?
Sergio. Yeah.
Right, Sergio, right. Welcome to the class, Sergio. We've just started reading, so you haven't missed much. We're just talking about our jobs today.
Okay.
All right, so I'm going to ask Ken. Ken, what do you think? Can you explain this little diagram? What does this mean?
Which part? This picture?
Yeah.
Okay. Maybe if you love things what you're doing, that things maybe I can say loves you back.
Okay. What does it mean if something loves you back or somebody loves you back?
Talking about job, working,
Mm-hmm.
in return, we can get the money or some social position or something like that. Or
Very well explained.
Yeah.
Thank you, Ken. Excellent. Okay, so it's a bit of a metaphor because what we usually use this for is with people, right? So, Louise, I'm gonna tease you all the way through the lesson today. If he does find a new girlfriend, then he will hope that she loves him back, right? He loves her and she loves him back. So it's talking about the direction of love. But in this case, we're talking about jobs, so I won't keep mentioning poor Louise's girlfriend. Okay. Does anyone have any questions about vocabulary in the sections that Louise read so beautifully? No?
But maybe one more twist in this picture. If you are lucky, so it's not always probably.
Yeah, absolutely. So, yes, I think what we're going to read in a moment, Ken, is actually most of the time these circles are not overlapping, and what you love has got absolutely nothing to do with money or what other people want. So you might love, you know, collecting snails, but nobody really wants to look at your snail collection. So it doesn't really love you back, perhaps. But we're going to be finding out a little bit more. So let's continue to read, and it is Rafael's turn from For Most of Us.
For most of us, we spend time in each of the sections of this diagram, but rarely in the space where they overlap. That means we're either spending time doing what we love without being adequately compensated for it, or we're working a job that loves us back with money, benefits, freedom, and so on, but we're not enjoying it. Let's look a little more deeply at how these areas overlap and what we can do about it.
Beautiful, as usual, thank you. This word here is compensated.
Compensated.
Yeah. Okay, does anyone have any questions? No? Okay, so I just want you to tell me from this little sentences here, we've got three possible sections. The first one is we're either spending time doing what we love without being adequately compensated for it. So firstly, you do something you really, really love, but you don't get paid, say. Or you do a job that you get paid for, but you don't actually enjoy it that much. Right, so those are kind of like the two circles separated, and then we have the middle space where you do something you love and you get paid for it. So if you had to decide in which circle you spend most of your time, would it be the what you love circle, the what loves you back circle, or the overlap, in which case you're extremely lucky? So Ken, where would you say you're mostly hanging out?
Sorry, I couldn't get your question.
All right, so what I want you to do is to put yourself in a space in one of these circles. So do you mostly spend time doing what you love? Do you mostly spend time doing your job but you don't really like it that much? Or are you one of the lucky people and you get to spend a lot of time in the overlap part?
Maybe somewhere in between.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you spend a bit of time in each place?
Yeah.
Okay, that's a pretty good place to be, I think. Let's see what Allie says. Allie, where would you say you spend most of your time?
I think in overlap areas, I think. Yeah.
You are spending your time in the overlap? Did you say?
Yeah, I
Excellent.
love my job.
That's awesome news, Ali. Congratulations. This is where we're all heading for. All right, how about you, Louise?
Yeah.
Sorry, teacher, what's the question?
So the question is, if you had to put yourself into a space in these circles, either in the doing what you love space, or the doing your work but not really loving it space, or the middle, which is where Ali is, loving your work and getting paid, where would you say that you spend most of your time?
I have been doing what I love most of the time. I have been doing this already, but I think we need to balance because money is important as well.
Yeah, absolutely. So would you say you're in the overlap space like Ali?
Yes, that's why I will always try to be balanced. Yes.
Awesome, excellent. Okay, how about you, Rafael?
I'll choose to stay on the right.
Okay, so you're mostly doing your job, you don't really love it, but you sometimes love it.
So.
Okay, that's not bad. And when you go for a run in the morning, you're in the left-hand circle, maybe?
Yes, probably.
All right, so you kind of flip between the two. I'd have to say, Rafael, that's sort of what I'm like. It's not really dependent on the activity. It's more about dependent on my mood, really. Okay, Sergio, what would you say? Where do you spend most of your time?
Well, I could say this where the cycle coincide. It's the perfect. It's like a dream, you know.
Yep.
But sometimes you have to be. It's like a relationship.
Yep.
In the beginning, actually, we are loving more than beloved. But sometimes the company loved you more than you love the company. Yes, I think it's you know what, this is always something we are looking for. This overlap side.
Yep. Yep.
Maybe I'm run back for this.
Okay, and Sergio, because you missed the beginning of the class, what is your job? Can you tell us what you do?
Yes, I'm a sales manager.
A sales manager. What kind of company do you do sales for?
Yeah, BlackBerry. Actually, I've been working for BlackBerry for the past 7 years now, and now I'm changing for another. Not yet conclude, but I'm negotiating.
Okay, so the company loves you more than you love the company, and you're going to switch companies. All right, Sergio, good luck. Good luck with that. That's awesome.
Thank you.
You're making progress for a new year. Okay, so let's carry on reading. I'm going to ask Ken to read the next bit, please.
Okay, when you love doing something people don't want, this is a hobby. Doing something you enjoy that nobody will pay you for is not a sustainable career.
Okay, thank you, Ken. We're just going to stop there because I just wanted that first little bit. It really hits home, doesn't it? Doing something you enjoy that nobody will pay you for is not a sustainable career. Okay, so look, I'm sure we can all think of one activity that fits this section. Let's just name them. So what do you love doing that nobody is ever going to pay you for? Louise.
I didn't understand, teacher. You mean that people pay me?
No, that nobody will ever pay you for. So they are not going to pay you for it just because it's something you love doing and you're going to do in your life no matter what. You don't care if you don't get paid for it. So perhaps maybe for you this is cycling, right?
I don't know. I really don't know. I don't have something like that in mind because I need money. So today I don't think like that. I wouldn't. I actually in this year in the World Cup I work as a volunteer. So I have made this. I receive people from all around the world in Brazil. So I was very proud. So this is something I would do for sure.
Okay, that's
My
awesome.
spare hours. Yes.
So perhaps you would get paid for that. Is there anything in your life that you definitely would never get paid for? Do you have some kind of obscure hobby like stamp collecting or plane spotting or anything?
I like to play guitar, for example. So
okay.
I think people would never pay to see me play a guitar. Actually.
Very
so I
honest.
think I should pay them. Actually.
You should pay them to listen to you. All right, but I think it's fun doing those things, right? Just having a bit of fun with your life, not worrying and being good about it.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Let's find out what Sergio's thing is. Sergio, have you got anything you could admit to that nobody would ever pay you for?
Actually, I should say that it sounds for me something like your hobby, you know.
Yeah.
Maybe, okay, I'm going to the beach to play soccer with my friends is something that I love to do, but nobody will pay for me.
Nobody's going to pay you to be a professional football player.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Let's carry on reading. And Sergio, could you read for us, please? There are two ways.
Yeah. There are two ways to approach a hobby like this. Either be content to keep it as a hobby and focus elsewhere for your income, or work hard on it until your skills are good enough that people will pay you for it.
Keep going.
Okay. Sian McCabe calls this second approach the overlap technique. By overlapping a hobby you enjoy with a separate, unrelated day job, you give your hobby room to breathe. You can spend enough time doing it to know whether you really want it to become your job or not. And you can use your day job to keep pressure off your hobby as a income stream.
Thank you. Great reading, Sergio. This one here, I'm wondering if I can highlight. Yeah, there we go. This is pronounced content because we're talking about the feeling to be content, okay? If you're talking about the contents, like as in what's inside something, it's pronounced the other way around, so it's a bit confusing, that word. But if it means happy, when we pronounce it content, okay?
Content.
Perfect. Okay, Ken, could you carry on reading for us, please, to the end of this section?
Okay. Sean McAbey.
We've done that one, so the next one, this one here,
sorry.
Sean did this.
Yeah, Sean did this when he learned hand lettering, which he's now best known for. While working a day job as a web designer, Sean spent his free time practicing hand lettering because he loved it. As he shared more of the lettering he was creating, he started to build up demand for his lettering service. Eventually, the demand grew to where he could leave his day job behind and turn his hobby into a full-time job.
Beautiful. Thank you, both of you, for that. Okay, does anyone have any questions about any of the vocabulary in those parts?
What is lettering?
Good question. Anyone know what lettering is? Or can guess?
We can say cursive as well, right?
We can say what, Sergio? Sorry?
Cursive, like
cursive. Oh, yes. Okay,
cursive.
yes. It's basically just writing. It's writing letters. Yeah. So we sometimes also call it something like calligraphy, but calligraphy is like a specialist way of doing it, writing. Hand lettering is simply just drawing letters with your hands, Ken, rather than typing, okay?
Okay.
So it's just an unusual, specific type activity. Okay, so this guy has basically taken his hobby and used the overlap technique to create it into a job. We're going to carry on reading. We'll talk about this at the end. So it must be Allie, your turn to read from here, please. Doing what people want.
Okay. Doing what people want, you don't love it. The other extreme is to do something you enjoy, which is in demand. As a day job that supports other pursuits, this can work for a limited time. But if you are building a career doing something you don't like, you're heading towards chronic stress, drain, boredom, and possible burn.
Keep going. Skip that part and just go with the trouble.
Okay. The trouble with this situation is that it's really hard to pull yourself out of. The golden handcuffs scenario puts you in a comfortable position where your bills are taken care of. Maybe you have some nice benefits, you have autonomy and working for this company. gives you credibility. It's hard to give up those things, and it's scary to walk away from security.
Thank you, Allie. Really lovely. Well done. I'm just going to carry on reading, and if I could get Sergio to read to the end of this section, please.
Okay. But the alternative often means your work drains you rather than energize you, and you have nothing left to give to other parts of your life. Your health, relationships, and hobbies suffer.
Keep going.
Keep going. It is like an introvert, someone who draws energy from spending time alone. Spend the biggest part of a week surrounded by people, or an extrovert who draws energy from others. Spend most of a week alone. At the end of each day, they are going to be drained and bored. It is inevitable for many people, especially when they have families they need to provide for. Nonetheless, I don't know about you, but that's not the way I want to feel after a day's work.
Great, thank you. This one here is
Me neither.
surrounded.
Oh,
Thank you, Sergio. All right, so does anyone have any questions, firstly, about the vocab in that little part there from doing what people want when you don't love it? No? Okay, excellent. All right, so we're just going to read the next part, and then we're going to have a bit of time to discuss it. So does anyone, I'm going to ask for volunteers, would anyone like to read Finding Work You Love That Loves You Back?
I can, teacher.
Okay,
If I
off you
may.
go. Thank you,
Okay.
Louise.
Find work love that loves you back. We all want to be able to enjoy our work, but how do you go about finding work you enjoy that also has enough demand for you to make a living from it? Here are a few starting points. Give it time. Another great lesson I learned from Cian McCabe is to really test whether you enjoy the process of doing something rather than just the idea of it. Many writers have been credited with saying they don't enjoy writing, but they enjoy having writing. If you don't enjoy the process of your work, you probably won't want to do it day in and out for years to come.
Thank you, Louise. Just
Starting
pause
out
there.
with a day job that covers.
Could you pause for a sec, Louise? Thanks. Just because
Okay, teacher.
I just want to clarify this bit. You don't enjoy writing, but enjoy having written. Ken, can you explain what that means? What does it mean, this little particular part here?
I think it's the
The
process.
first, yeah, may I? Or
Yes, go ahead, Ken.
maybe maybe process of writing is somewhat hard because but maybe he enjoy the result of the writing or something like that.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you. Thank you, both of you. Great reading. Thank you, Louise. We're just going to skip down to the next one, which is test demand. And does anyone else like to read? Nobody? Would you like to carry on, Louise?
Okay, teacher. Oh, somebody else.
Sorry, was that you, Allie? Did you want to read?
Yeah, why?
Okay, go ahead. From test demand. Thank you.
Okay, test demand. Sean's lettering story is a great example of finding demand for something before you try to make money from it. By sharing the work he did for the love of lettering, Sean created enough demand to eventually become a full-time lettering artist.
Perfect. Just stop there because we're going to skip down. And could you read this last one here, please? Allie, find your unique angle.
Find your unique angle. What is it about your approach that's different? What do you have to say that hasn't been said before? What new combination of tools, styles, or techniques have you come up with?
Thank you. Perfect. We're not going to read the rest because I think we've got the main points there. I'm going to ask Sergio, could you just give in your own words what the author is suggesting we do if we would like to try and find some work that loves us back? What are the 3 points that he mentions?
Well, first, you find something that you really love to do, and you can enjoy doing this, and if possible, be paid for. You need to, for this, give time. I mean, I'm like because sometimes you maybe you don't like to do this thing, maybe this job, but you have this job done.
Yep.
So you have to consider maybe, I don't know, in this case, pay for or work hard.
Yep.
To get this.
Okay.
And yes, I think this and something else. The third one.
Yep.
Oh, can you scroll a little bit?
Sure. So there's test demand, the second one, to see whether people actually want what you've got, right?
Yeah.
And the last one?
You find your angle.
Yeah.
Angle there.
Find your unique angle. Let me see if can I ask Rafael? Rafael, what do you think this find your unique angle part is on about?
Maybe find your style, or finding what has been done so far, what you can do that hasn't been done so far. So
okay.
What's your bringing for the environment, for society, for everything. So
yep.
What's new?
Okay, awesome. So we've basically read the bones of this, and we have to finish in one moment. But would anyone like to just respond to, was this article informative? Did you guys already know about this? Do you think it's helpful, a complete waste of time, interesting? Anyone like to give a little bit of feedback on their personal opinion?
My personal opinion
was great.
Okay.
Okay, who was first?
Rafael.
All right, Rafael.
No, I just say this is not easy to find out, but that is something that you have to look for. Doesn't matter where, when, but look for it.
Keep searching
you find
for it.
Yeah, keep searching.
Thank you. That's absolutely a really great attitude, Sergio. I agree with you 100%. If you guys have any more comments to make, do go ahead to my Facebook page. We're going to have to finish now because I really need to start the next class on time. So if you want to talk about getting addicted to the internet, then come join me again for the next class. Otherwise, have a great evening or a great morning or a great afternoon, wherever you are. And I hope to see you again really soon. Take care, guys. Bye.
Take care, Amy.
Thank you. Take care.
Yeah.
Bye.